It is time to go home, all of us. It is the go home show to Super Showdown, which will be this Saturday, that special event. Here on the East Coast, here in the US, that's going to be 4 a.m. that we'll be getting up to watch that special event, or pulling an all-nighter. Not going to bed until not just after the event, but after the review and reaction video. Who am I kidding? By then, you're talking around noontime, and we're probably going to be kicking ass for the rest of the day. So that might be no sleep for 48 hours. We'll see. But it's go-home show time. This should be a pretty big Raw, right? You're hyping up this big special event. The only problem is this special event is no more than a big Monday Night Raw or a big SmackDown. If you look at the matches, they're all matches that you would see on a Raw or a SmackDown. They just put them all together. With the exception of course, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. But that we know is a fucking farce buildup. A farce marketing scheme by WWE. Because WWE failed to make any new superstars in the last fucking decade. Any meaningful superstars. Any larger-than-life superstars. So they need to now depend on names from the past. I'm glad they do because it's nostalgia, but I also wish there was actually larger-than-life, newer superstars today. But there isn't. So they have to depend on a match that we already thought was the end years ago. When Triple H and Undertaker took on each other both times, but the second time at WrestleMania, and Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee, guys, that was known as the end of an era. It was literally built up as the end of an era. That means not just the end and the last time we're going to see Undertaker and Triple H, but the last time we're going to really see them competing. Especially with Shawn Michaels in there as the referee. The end of an era. But after a decade of them not being able to create new superstars that are larger than life, here we are again, calling it the final time ever. The last time ever that Undertaker will take on Triple H. And I gotta hand it to him. Mad props to WWE. They marketed it perfectly to where 80, maybe even 90% of their audience actually believes that this means anything. Oh my goodness, it's the last time we're ever gonna see Triple H and The Undertaker. But anybody with fucking brain cells between their fucking ears knows we've already seen the final time, or so we thought. They already marketed it as such. The end of an era was supposed to be that. Now they're just doing it again with a different slogan. The final time ever. Last time ever. Wow! It's got a different name this time. Which is it? Was it the end of an era? Is it the last time ever? What's it gonna be in 5 years? When they're both in their late 50s, almost into their 60s, and they're gonna fight again. The miracle match we thought we'd never see again. That's gonna be the next slogan in 5 years when Triple H takes on Undertaker. We've seen it! Again, I love seeing the old timers come back. I love nostalgia, so I'm all in. But don't insult the intelligence of an actual fucking diehard, hardcore, smart fan like yours truly. Because I see through the bullshit. You have nobody else to really pump up the event. It was lacking that something special. It was lacking that extra ingredient that would really put this event on the map for Melbourne, Australia. But what is it? Oh yeah, we don't have superstars! We got stars, we got like Dean Ambrose, we got Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, we got all that. We got Samoa Joe, some Braun Strowmans, but we failed to create larger-than-life superstars that the second they hit the ramp, the second their music hits, we are captivated. We failed. So we gotta get The Undertaker. We gotta get H back. Let's even get Shawn Michaels. Let's pull the mayor of fucking one of those Tennessee fucking towns. Let's go bring Kane back in here. I don't know how many asses he's supposed to put in the seats, by the way, but let's bring Kane anyway. Let's bring any fucking big name we can get from the past, because we don't have anybody in the here and now that captivates people. You're not gonna insult my intelligence. I see exactly what's going on. You already said it was the end of an era years ago at WrestleMania, after they fought twice back-to-back at WrestleMania, and now all of a sudden, now it's the last time ever. Yeah, right. In 5 years, we'll see the miracle match we thought we'd never see again. Trust me, WWE will pull it out of their hat if they need to, because I don't see them creating any new superstars in the next 5 years. Velveteen Dream won't be shit. Johnny Gargano won't be shit. None of these guys are going to be shit because they won't book them correctly. They won't allow them to evolve. They won't give them the time of day. Where was all this opening spiel going? What are you saying, BC? This is supposed to be a Raw preview? Yes, it all makes sense because it all comes full circle. Tonight, Shawn Michaels returns to Monday Night Raw. And again, it's just to hype up a match that for me doesn't need hyping because I know what it's about. It's just to put the asses in seats. To me, it's just Triple H and Undertaker. Seen it so many times before, and now they're even older, so we're not going to see as epic as before. But it'll be good to see them. But I don't need 6 weeks of a new superstar coming to the ring to hype this thing up, just to respond to a response that was to an original response for 6 weeks. I hope you guys keep track. Triple H came out the night after SummerSlam and started this whole thing. Then The Undertaker came out to respond. Shawn Michaels comes out. He responds to Undertaker and Triple H. Triple H comes back to re-respond to his original response that everybody was responding to. And then it was on from there. Shawn Michaels came back, The Undertaker came back, then another week it was Triple H again, and now tonight it's Shawn Michaels again. For the past 6 weeks, we have seen everybody just responding to something that doesn't mean shit. Again, it'll be good to see H, Taker, Michaels all in there, man, because it's the only stars we have to cling on to. All we have as fans, diehard fans, to cling on to is the nostalgia. Because who the fuck did they give us the last 10 to 15 years? John Cena? With his flip-flop reactions? Boo, Cena sucks. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. Yeah, that's captivating. That's great for the fan at home. Who the fuck? Braun Strowman starting to get some steam? Let's turn him heel. We need to bump up Roman a little more. Let's see if we can get Roman some more cheers by turning Strowman, who is already getting a shitload of cheers, let's turn him heel. That makes sense. Seth Rollins is getting popular? Let's put him in the mid-card. Give him the IC strap. AJ Styles? He's one of the best in the world? Let's put him over on SmackDown, throw him the Heavyweight Championship, but let's not really make it that prevalent. Let's not put him in the Roman Reigns Universal Championship category. So they treat AJ Styles like he's a CM Punk, like he's got CM Punk talent. No, AJ Styles has wrestling skills for days, motherfucker. This motherfucker can do 10 matches a day and still look like he's the fucking best in the world on match 10 as he did in match number 1. He keeps it going. He doesn't bullshit in there. He doesn't take it back 3 or 4 steps just to save some fuel. No, he gives you everything he has, and he'll do it 24 hours a day if he needs to. AJ Styles is one of the most elite. They could have built him into more than just a guy with the heavyweight championship. In WWE's mind, you shut people up by just throwing a strap on them sometimes. They didn't give us anybody. So if it seems like I'm ranting a while on this topic, I am. Because the last 6 weeks, what they're building, their big Melbourne, Australia Super Showdown event, they're building it around the last time ever match, but we've already seen the last time ever. Supposedly, they put themselves into this mess. And now the match we're all most looking forward to, which is again half-heartedly we're looking forward to it, but we're most looking forward to because it got the most hype, is a match with Triple H and Undertaker. None of your undercards, which, by the way, involves all of your top talent, we're not looking forward to that at all. So we'll see what Shawn Michaels says in his return tonight, but I bet you it's just going to be a lot more responding to a response to an original response that everybody responded to. It is bullshit. And why is nobody looking forward to the undercard matches, which is basically every other match on that Melbourne, Australia card other than Triple H Undertaker, we're not looking forward to it because they're stupid matches. Don't believe me? Look at the next thing we'll go over for tonight's Monday Night Raw preview. The preview for Raw, according to WWE, is The Shield and Braun Strowman, Dolph, and Drew McIntyre. They're not finished before Melbourne, Australia's big super showdown. Uh-oh, they're not finished? Nobody gives a fuck about that match anyway. It's a 6-man tag match. The Shield versus Dolph, Drew, and Strowman. It feels like we've seen them do battle every single fucking week since after SummerSlam. And if that feels that way, it's because basically they have. Every which match you can think of. Dolph versus Dean, Dolph versus Seth, Seth versus Drew, Seth versus Dolph, 100 times Seth versus Dolph. What are we going to see tonight? Something epically miraculous? Are we going to see Roman versus Dolph? Roman versus McIntyre? Maybe that's cool, right? Either way, it's ending in a fucking 6-person schmaz. Everybody will get involved, and it's on from there. So by the time we see the 6-man tag this Saturday morning, again for us on the East Coast, 4 a.m., by the time we see it Saturday, nobody gives a fuck. A, because it's a 6-man tag we didn't give a fuck about anyway, but 2, B, because we've already seen them do battle a million times. What's the payoff? You know, Roman Reigns at a big event should be defending his Universal Championship. Wasn't that the whole reason we wanted it off Brock? A, because he's never showing up, and B, that title is never defended. Roman gets it at SummerSlam. We're at our first big event, and it's still not being defended. Something about that red strawberry exploding belt just screams coward. Nobody wants to defend this motherfucker, or that's how it's booked. I don't think of Brock Lesnar in a coward category. I don't think of Roman Reigns in a coward category, but why is it being booked as such? That championship never gets defended, it seems. So here we are, Melbourne, Australia. Roman Reigns is still, it's like Brock Lesnar has the championship. The belt is still not being defended. Instead, we're getting a 6-man tag match. Again, 6 participants we've seen do battle for weeks now. And that's how they're hyping up Raw tonight. The Shield and Braun, Dolph, and Drew have unfinished business days before Melbourne, Australia. Oh no! Not unfinished business! I can't contain myself! The pulse is high rating, the goosebumps are blasting. I'm fucking excited for this! And then you got Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott tonight. If you're Ruby Riott, this is the best fucking possible scenario. Get the fuck away from the Bellas. First of all, just for your career. Secondly, probably for your life. At this point, they're so fucked, they're going around injuring everybody. Ruby Riott's probably better off with Ronda Rousey. I never thought I'd say this. Ruby Riott might exit this match with Ronda in better condition than if she was in there with the Bellas. If you're looking not to get seriously beat up, being in there with Ronda is probably better than being in there with fucking Brie Bella right now. So this is a blessing for Ruby. When Ruby found out she was taking on Ronda Rousey tonight on Raw, she was probably doing fucking seances in the street. Praying to the high heavens and thanking the high heavens. Thank you for not putting me in there with the fucking Bellas. And this is all leading up to a 6-woman tag match at Evolution. What do you mean you're not excited? You just said you weren't excited about the men's 6-man tag, and you're not excited about the 6-women tag match at Evolution. Fucking Melbourne, Australia. All these fucking pay-per-views, and all are bullshit at the moment. But you're not excited for the 6-women tag match at Melbourne, Australia, at the Super Showdown? Well, gee, me neither. What is there to be excited about? Bellas and Ronda versus the Riott Squad. If it seems like we've been seeing them mix it up so many fucking weeks in a row now, it's because we have. Last week we didn't see Ronda, so they inserted Natalya into that role. Vince is like, put the other blonde. We don't have Ronda tonight. Put in another blonde. Who do we have? Alexa's injured. Put in Natalia. That works better. It's Ronda's friend. And she's blonde still, right? Yeah, put her in there. So, we're just seeing fucking Ronda and the Bellas versus the Riot Squad at Super Showdown. And this is just supposed to set up Nikki Bella turning on Ronda Rousey. And this is going to set up the Evolution match. Ronda versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Raw Championship. Main eventing Evolution. Can you believe that shit? The reason I'm not exploding and going ballistic yet, guys, is because it hasn't happened yet. This is just the word, but it looks like that's where they're headed. Why else would this have broken over a month ago? Before Bellas and Ronda Rousey were even forming any team, that rumored main event match for Evolution was making its rounds. And we were like, please no, change that shit, change that shit. And now all of a sudden, Ronda is in this team with the Bellas weeks before Evolution. It makes you think this is exactly what's going to happen. Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey at Evolution. And then, if it actually takes form and formation at Super Showdown Saturday, I'm going to go fucking ballistic. If that's the announced main event match for Evolution, Ronda and Nikki Bella, if that's forget the main event, if that's just a match at Evolution, the best competition you have for Ronda Rousey is Nikki Bella. We all, the amplified unit, get amplifyingly ballistic at that point. How the fuck is that supposed to be the best competition for Ronda? A. B. How the fuck is Nikki Bella putting any asses in the seats? We've seen since the Bella twins have come back, Raw has hit his lowest viewership in years. Lowest viewership. So they ain't attracting any fucking eyeballs. They took a look at the seating for the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. When the Bellas came back, they gave it 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, here we are. The ticket sales never exploded once. So that tells you nobody got overly excited. Nobody even got excited to hear about the Bellas being a part of Evolution. They said the most buzz was created when they announced Trish Stratus and fucking Lita. And the number one name on their poll that they wanted to come back, the fans spoke loudly, was AJ Lee. Never was anybody talking about the Bellas. I'm stating facts. This isn't even about a Bella fan hitting the keyboard and being a keyboard warrior. Fuck you, Beasley. I love the Bellas. It doesn't matter what you love. I'm stating facts. They came back. Raw started losing its viewership. They came back. No buzz was created for Evolution's pay-per-view ticket sales. They came back and people were still excited to see Trish and AJ Lee and Lita more. These are facts. I'm not blaming low viewership on just the Bellas, but I'm saying if Vince puts Nikki Bella in that light that she could take on Ronda and create the buzz, the numbers in every area are showing differently. These are facts. So don't come at me with BC. There's other ways to measure one's fucking probability of bringing in asses into seats and bringing in viewership. There's many more metrics, BC. Bullshit! I'm giving you the biggest metrics. And they all say that the Bellas fell flat. The only thing they're clinging onto right now is a failing reality show that only brings in 300,000 viewers up front, tops. And they plague around that 500,000 mark, right? But BC, people are TiVoing and people are putting it on other facets of entertainment, BC. They're what's the word? They're fucking, not TiVo, is that 10 years ago? DVRing? Is that the same thing as I don't do any of that shit. I don't watch a shitload of TV anyway. Never home for that shit. And when I am, it's usually just fucking my pro wrestling and maybe a couple of TV shows on the side. I'm huge on Stranger Things right now, as you guys probably know. I'm obsessed with that show on Netflix. But DVRing, right? BC, the DVR metrics are a little different than upfront viewer. Shut up! They're not pulling in numbers that are fucking up there where they should have been, where E! Network wanted them to be. But E! knows it's still the WWE, so they want to do business with them. Look at them yourself. Don't just say BC, you're just hating on Bella. Look at the total Divas and total Bellas numbers, guys. Google the ratings. You'll see a fucking tragic downward spiral career-wise for the fucking Bellas, I assure you. And for all the motherfuckers a part of Total Divas. People are losing interest. It is a dying franchise. And I'm glad, because once we lose that Divas monarchy, it's fucking on now to the real shit. We can get on to women's wrestling. So to bring it back to tonight, right? This is about a Raw preview. This isn't just about ranting and raving. This is about Ronda Rousey taking on Ruby Riott. That is an announced match tonight. And again, for Ruby Riott, it's a win-win. You get away from the Bellas, you get in there with somebody like Ronda. I think it's pretty good. But the end game here, guys, is just to promote that 6-woman tag match at Super Showdown, and then to promote Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. Again, that's when I seriously go fucking ballistic. Also, Bobby Lashley is going to take on Kevin Owens. I'm a little bit more into this match than I was like the last several weeks with Elias and Bobby Lashley. I don't like the chemistry. I don't think they could do good things in that ring. But maybe if they gave him enough time, maybe. But I don't like what I'm seeing. Now that I'm looking back at it, they didn't give him enough time. They didn't look comfortable in there. It was actually something I forgot from last week because it just does nothing for me. Kevin Owens and Lashley, at least it makes more sense storyline-wise. When Owens came back after his big 1-week hiatus, remember that? I quit WWE, and then he came back a week later because Vince needed everybody he could to make the Braun Strowman heel turn look legit, to make Roman Reigns look like a true hero. He needed every heel he could gather, every heel he could muster. So he calls back Kevin Owens a week after he quit, something that Owens was not supposed to come back for weeks, maybe even months. So Owens comes back, and remember, he attacks Bobby Lashley. He helps out Jinder Mahal. Remember, they were doing that fucking Shanti in the middle of the ring. So at least I could see Lashley has payback for Owens, and they're going to take on each other one-on-one. I'm not saying it's going to be a great match. I'm not saying I'm excited for it. I'm just saying I could see that a little more intriguing than Elias and Bobby Lashley. Either way, no shade to Leo Rush, his little business manager, whatever he is. No offense to Mickie James, who's his mixed match challenge partner. But Saturday, he gets a real partner in John Cena. That's going to be a tag team, John Cena and Bobby Lashley, whether you like either of them or not. That's a pretty damn good tag team. They're going to be taking on Elias and Kevin Owens. I don't see any way which Elias and Kevin Owens survive this match Saturday. Cena and Lashley are going to fucking annihilate them, or at least that's what you would think realistically. So that's to add more fuel to that fire. Obviously, I believe Jinder Mahal might even get involved, but definitely Elias. They'll all maybe jump Bobby Lashley. I don't think we would see John Cena. He's pretty much stuck in China right now until Melbourne, Australia. But you never know. And that's it, guys. That's your main fucking Raw preview. That's the main storylines that WWE is pushing out. The 6-man men's tag match for Evolution, Shield, Dolph, Drew, and Braun Strowman. The 6-woman tag with Ronda Rousey and the Bellas taking on Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad. That's if Liv Morgan, by the way, can even be there tonight. But tonight, I don't expect her to get in any physicality. Will she be there in Melbourne, Australia, or will they need a replacement? That remains to be seen. Maybe they were throwing Mickie James or something. But they have that they're hyping up, and then Shawn Michaels' return. Obviously, again, as I already stated, he's just going to be responding to both Undertaker and Triple H again. And then it's Lashley and Owens, and that's really it. That's what they're pumping up, guys. I don't see any much more big shit that would happen tonight, because it's a go-home show, so they're just trying to hype up the segments that they're going to need hyped up for Super Showdown. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's it. It doesn't feel like a go-home show. Maybe they all bring it. Maybe creative and booking surprises us all and gives us creative shit like SmackDown has been doing for us. Maybe it goes off the air when it fades to black and we are fucking captivated and we can't wait to see what happens in Melbourne, Australia for something. I'm looking at the card for Melbourne, Australia Saturday, and I'm looking at tonight's preview. Nothing's really telling me that's what's going to happen. It looks like tomorrow, when I speak to you guys again, we're going to be extremely fucking amplified again. And maybe, after last week's Raw, maybe we're going to be this week going fucking ballistic. I don't know. Viewer discretion advised. I'm letting you guys know. Warning right now. Viewer discretion will be advised for tomorrow's video because I'm not holding anything back. I'm sick and tired of giving them mulligans. You gotta start coming with fucking shows here. Before you know it, guys, it's WrestleMania season. It's coming in a few months. Are we gonna have the same bullshit Monday Night Raws going into another WrestleMania in my home city of New York? Technically, New Jersey. It's at the fucking MetLife Stadium. A lot of people don't know how New York and New Jersey works. Technically, it's in New Jersey. I believe the town is East Rutherford. But it's the market and literally 15 minutes away from the city in New York. So they put the both in the title. They call it New York and New Jersey. To give you a better perspective, the New York Giants and the New York Jets, both the NFL teams, they play in New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium. A lot of people think their stadium is in New York. No. They play in New Jersey, East Rutherford. So you guys get a better look into it now. They're called the New York Giants because that's the market. So when you're in East Rutherford, when you're at MetLife Stadium, you're speaking directly to your New York City market. We are not going to allow bullshit Raws going into WrestleMania this year, man. Forget that shit. I've been seeing this and doing this for years now. Seeing this bullshit. And I've been letting it slide. They'll get better. They'll get better. And we tune in out of habit and hope. What happens when habit and hope run out, run dry? When we're sick and tired of tuning in out of habit and hope. When we start demanding a good product. That time is now. Amplified Man, coffees and ass whippings. I'll see you guys tomorrow for that aforementioned review and reaction Monday Night Raw show. For now, check you later.